Hello everyone, welcome to my live videos tonight. For the past couple of days, we created this journal with our beautiful book, Victorian Teatime. So today, we're going to start decorating this book, this journal. So if you watched my live yesterday and day before yesterday, you will know yesterday before we finished the live video, we are doing fussy cutting. So I have already fussy cutted probably 50 or 60 images. I placed them in this envelope. Let me show you what I have done fussy cutting. Cute teapot, some wax seal with some calligraphy, little label, little doggy, and more doggy, cute cat, dog, tea set, teapot with flower pot with spoon. I think this is a sugar pot, cat in a cute cat in a teacup. So these are larger pieces, so I placed them for now in this large envelope. So I will use this on my collage. I normally place this large envelope on the first big pocket. And I also have these fussy cutted different tags, themed teapot, Victorian tea party. And these 3 cards together, I'm going to make it a 3-fold folio. Good thing about this paper is I have the pattern printed on the back side, so it's not going to be white. Save you a lot of effort. I'm going to finish this 3-fold folio later. And these pages are created with some of the fussy cut images, like this little cute cat. I placed this little envelope which has a card inside. Oh, it was glued on. And I closed the flap using a fussy cut little teapot. It's a perfect place to place this envelope here. And yesterday, I showed you this fussy cut image. It was too long to make it a bookmark, so I cut into 2 pieces. And make the longer piece belly band. It's perfect to place my whole sheets of flowers in this medium-sized envelope. 2, 3, 5. This paper is really, really sleek. It's just very high quality paper. 2, 3, 4, 5. 20 flowers and some wax seals and some scrap paper flowers. This is from Fussy Cutting. There's half of the chair. I think this image is perfect for collaging, and 2 cute teacups. So I place these medium-sized fussy cut images to this medium-sized envelope. And then I place this inside this belly band. Now I got to look for the other piece of the part of this long image. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, this teacup was underneath this teapot. I was going to make it bookmark, but it was too long. So I just trim off this teacup. I'm gonna make it a card. I plan to place this image on this beige cardstock. I normally use my scissors with this, I don't know what you call this type of scissors, but it has the pattern that allows you to cut this cardboard, you know, with this pattern. It's great for creating cards. Just cut like this. Be careful, just cut, make sure you cut it straight. Because I didn't put any mark on it. It's all depend on your eyeballing. These scissors are so helpful because it creates this beautiful scallop edge. See, this card placed on this scallop edged card looks so much different, so much better. So next thing, I'm going to use my ink to ink the edges. Welcome to join me, everyone. Takes some time to ink the edges, but it does create that vintage look. So you see the edge is a little darker, but gradually faded into the center. Give that vintage look. Would you like to listen to some music? Let me turn on our background music. My team does produce some musics to to for our books. For this collection, Victorian Teatime, I have a few music. Let me turn it on so we can enjoy. I like violin and piano, so most of my music is created with the violin and the piano. What do you think? I think it's beautiful. So let me glue it on. Maybe I should trim this around the corners. Journaling, actually, it is a relaxation moment. So let's just sit back and enjoy some music and enjoy the process. Again, I'm using my 3-in-1 glue. What do you think? I think it's beautiful. Wherever you place this card is just a little highlight to your journal. I think I have a perfect place, maybe, to place this card, which is here. Let me try. No, actually it's too white. Yeah, this place is perfect. So let's switch. I need to trim off this little dinky thing here. Oh, this is perfect over here. Maybe I should... Do you want me to decorate this sheet, or you want me to make the card? Make this 3-fold folio? Yeah, I think this folio is easier to make, so I only need to create some pockets on the inside and then fold it. So let me do this first, and then I will create that collage. By the way, this is our companion book, Victorian Teatime Ephemera. In this book, from this book, and we created the journal pages, the journal, and using this ephemera book, there are many ephemera elements. We can use these images to further decorate the journal, collaging, all that. I'm going to set this aside. Focus on creating this 3-fold folio. First of all, I want to score along the fold. The reason I did not cut off this part is because I want to fold it and make it a little pocket. How beautiful this image is. This cat is so cute. So next thing I'm going to do is to create some pockets for the inside of the folio. Now I'm looking for paper, scrap paper we cut out earlier when we do the journal. So a lot of this triangle shape is perfect for making pockets. And this is perfect to make a small belly band. I think I got enough for what we need. So I'm going to create, because you don't want to use the same image to create, it won't stand out. Let me glue this pocket down first. Okay, this one is my first choice. cut a little curve here. Little curve. See, this image is perfect. There's little teapot. Okay, let me ink the edges and make it look pretty. You don't have to ink the edges if you don't feel like to. This side I normally leave it open because sometimes it makes it easier to slide stuff in and out. But you can close it if you want to. No rules. That's something good about art, junk journaling. No certain rules. Do the way you want as long as you like it. You feel like it looks pretty. That's it. So this is our first pocket. This one looks like this way. Aha, this one is perfect for second pocket over here. You always want to cut it a little bit smaller than where you fold it because give it a little more space. What do you think this image? Isn't it perfect? See, these two pockets look similar. That's what I'm trying to do in my book. I try to provide as many images as I could, even the background image. This piece basically is from fussy cutting. It's a part of the background. Now I can use this part as a perfect pocket for my folio. So you basically don't waste anything. The book you purchased, you not only purchased the images already provided, you also purchased the background images as well. That's an extra, isn't it? So you see, all my books, I don't leave any white spot. Everywhere is filled with beautiful background images. I want you to get most of the book, so your money is well spent. Yesterday, Lee posted flip through. I was so surprised. 80-some pages. I never count my pages. I mean, So you see, I pour in all my passion to the love of Victorian era art to my designs. So I hope you like them as well. I'm sure there are many places I'm supposed to improve. So you guys make sure to let me know what you think I should do to improve, to make it better for artists like you guys. Create journals, artwork, so beautiful. I saw a lot of my friends on TikTok create beautiful artwork. I try to repost them and or at least share on my stories. Spread the words and spread the beauty of Victorian era art and craft works. So what do you think? Are we done? Or I should add some more pocket over here. See, now my cards has place to go now. Earlier I have hard time finding place for these beautiful cards, and now I have place for them. Some excess glue. I need to get rid of them. Well, if I can find a perfect piece, I will put a pocket over here. This is part of the chair. Can't really tell this piece, but I can use this part to make the pocket. I think this looks good. This is a small pocket. It makes sense because we have a large pocket over here already. This is just something extra. All right, our 3-fold folio is done. Let me place our tags in here. inside. Yeah, place this here, or can put half of it in here and half of it over here to secure it won't fall out. What do you think? You like it? All right, you have some more scrap paper. We can use them later for something. I can place this 3-fold folio now in here. Remember where to get my flowers. They're here in this medium-sized envelope. Okay, now it's time to work on this collage. I'm gonna use my ephemera book, look for my images. In this book, I have a mini journal set. This is cover. These are the covers and pages designed already. 2, 6 pages. You can add your own tea-dyed paper or blank paper or lined paper. There are a lot of fussy cut to do later from this book. I'm going to choose one of these images as my main character on this for this collage. I think this image is very beautiful, so I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to just cut the flowers off as well. She's reading and enjoying her tea. So peaceful. So let me go ahead fussy cut this. Give more room around this book. It doesn't take us a few seconds to cut this image off, so do not be intimidated by fussy cutting. It's a fun process. I cut like 100 pieces, fussy cutting images for maybe 30-40 minutes. If you came to my live this morning, I shared my fussy cutting process on live video this morning because I think why not? It's just a peaceful moment to share with friends and whoever stopped by and listen to some music. And then when I finished, it was like 40 minutes, 37 minutes actually. So it didn't really take very long. So I got these two fussy cut out. Now I'm gonna look for a background image. Okay, I have a few options here. Do you guys like vellum paper? I love them. So I think I'm gonna use this image, cut out the center calligraphy part, and use vellum as you can see through. To use this to create a page. So this image will be under the vellum. Create that little nice collage page. This is such a beautiful image. On the back side is this one. So when I design the paper, I print these images on both sides. You use either size, either image is up to you. It's just perfect for the page. You know, I think this white, I'm not going to cut it off because I need to fold it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to score it so it's easier to fold. Doesn't have to be exactly on the edge. Can be a little wider. So I'm gonna trim this edge off. You know, I have a better idea. I'm gonna use the scallop scissors to cut these edges, make it look pretty. So now we have a scalloped edges. To bring the beautiful scalloped edges out, I will ink them. So as this side, ink on both sides. Oh, I didn't cut the bottom. All right. Looks so much better, right? So my plan was cut this inside out. So I'm going to do that. You can use either a scissors, pair of scissors, or a knife like this to cut it out roughly. Be careful with the teapot. Okay, next thing I'm gonna use a piece of vellum on the back. Let me go get my vellum paper. So I'm going to trim this vellum sheet to the sides of this page. So I'm going to glue this vellum to the back side of this page. We really don't need a lot of glue, just enough to attach to the paper. I should have inked the edges. Let me see if I can do it now. Oh yeah, it looks good. Give it a cloudy feeling, so look more vintage. So I'm gonna fold this a little bit inward because paper is too wide, when I close the book, it's going to get in the way. Excuse me. This glue. Straighten it out. Little crooked is not a big deal. So try to fix it. Oh, now it's perfect. So I guess you can imagine what I'm going to do now. I'm going to attach this page to my journal. Make it a flip page. A little bit too much glue over here, so glue came out of the edge. Okay, give it a couple minutes, let it dry. So next thing, I'm going to place her under this window, vellum window, or you can say translucent window. So I think today I'm going to finish this side. Tomorrow I'm going to do this side probably. You know, I can use this page to do the same thing as the other page. Just trim it off for now. Perfect. Echoing. So remember, don't trim off this white side, white edge, because you're going to use it to fold it and attach to the page, to the book. So let me do it quickly. I'll ink the edges out together with this cutoff to save some time. So I'm going to use this at main side. So I'm going to cut along this teapot. Oh, perfect. So now I'm gonna ink all the edges all together. I'm not talking too much tonight because I want you guys to enjoy the music. And also, I want to, you know, if you have any questions or ideas or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment. Okay, one more thing I need to do is to fold this edge. So I need to score it. Score it a little more than the white edge because the page might have the tendency to be too wide for the journal page. Isn't that beautiful? Inking the edges makes big difference. Make it look so vintage. I'll ink the inside as well. Okay, we're done inking. Now we're going to attach the piece of vellum to the back side of this page. I prefer to cut it out first before I glue them on. That way I'm not going to accidentally cut the scalloped edges. Okay, our second page is created. Second flip page. I'm going to add some glue to the teapot. Okay, so I'm going to attach this flap page to the journal page. Let it dry for a couple minutes. I'm going to look for a second image for this page underneath the flap page. This is so pretty. I think I'm going to choose this one. And I'm going to fussy cut it out. You know, I put the stroke around the image so it just makes it fussy cutting a lot easier. You just cut along the stroke line. Even you cut a little more, it won't damage the image. That is such a beautiful image. Okay, it's dried. Now our two characters on this collage. Okay, before I glue the images down, I'm going to add some images for the background. I may use some lace because I really need to cover this this part. And I can get the lace image from this book, the ephemera. So I'm gonna trim this out, cut this lace page off. Beautiful lace. So I'm going to use the narrow one. There are two of them. So I'm going to use the narrow one first. I'm gonna set this aside and see if I will have enough for this entire sheet. You can use paper trimmer to trim the edges, but for now I'm going to just cut it with scissors. See, the good thing about this book is you can, both sides are you're having the same images. So if the other side is vellum, you have no problem. Just like these pages, one side is a beautiful image, the other side is also a beautiful image. It's not white. If it's white, you will have to think about something to decorate it. But now, I don't need to. I just leave the way it is. Now let me make the border. Cover these edges first. You know, I prefer to have this edges cut like this. It's very simple, 45 degrees angle. You cut like that. So you create a beautiful corner. You know, the thing is you have to measure the exact length. Because after you cut it, it won't, you don't have space to, you know, how to say that. You have to be exact length that you need. I share this technique on my YouTube channel when I do a collaging. See, I think this is perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna glue this lace trim down. And I think I'm a little short of this lace. So I think for the horizontal part, I might use this one. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's something I have to do. So it's easy. I'm going to trim this 45-degree angle. And then trim this 45-degree angle for this edge. For this part, I'm going to trim this lace the same width as this one. That way they will connect. The conjunction part will be the same. And then I'm going to use a piece to make this long enough for the horizontal two borders. So let me trim this first. Glue this part together, trim off the white. So the exact length should be all the way to here, to the edge. Then I will trim the excess. Then I cut this 45-degree angle to connect to this side. All right, now I can start gluing down. I think this is beautiful because this design have the same border, so make it easier for us to use them. So for this edge, okay, I'm gonna use this piece here. So first of all, I need to trim it the same width as the other one, the other lace. And then I will make this a little longer. This side already cut, so I only need to cut this side. Now it's time to, cut this 45-degree angle. Then glue it down. Okay, our border is ready. I like it. Hi Daniela, how are you? Welcome to join me today. We created 2 scallop-edged flip pages with translucent frame. Now we just finished creating this border underneath these flap pages. Now we're going to add our 2 main characters. So before that, I will need to create some background for these 2 beautiful ladies. Okay, for background images, I usually use vintage letters from this book. Look at this book, how gorgeous. This book provides old letters. So I'm going to use some of the pages here. I have some scraps, so I'm going to use some scraps. I think this is a perfect one, perfect piece. So I'm going to add this over here. I think this piece is larger. Yeah, I'm gonna add this piece. So by adding these pieces of scrap background paper, your background, it doesn't look so plain like this. So always look for something to bring out your main characters. I'm going to look for some themed images as background. I think one of these two images will be perfect, or these with the flowers. So I'm going to use part of this image as background, part of the background. So I'm going to trim it off. Beautiful flower image. Trim off the white edges. I don't want to use the entire image, so I'm gonna just tear a part of it off like that. Use only part of it. I think it's perfect. The reason I don't ink these edges is because its background is going to be covered by your ephemera elements later on during the process. So I will need some more paper for that, so I'm going to just I think this is going to cover that part. Here we go. We don't leave any white spots. A little bit is okay because we're going to add more elements later to cover it. It's okay, I place this piece on top of that beautiful flower image. Give it more random feelings. Now we have the background ready. And this one here. But I noticed one thing, maybe this one goes this way and this one goes here. Okay, this background is beautiful, but there is an issue because the dark is too much, the color is very busy, so I need to tone it down. The way to tone the busy color down on the background, I always use frames. So let me look for a vintage frame to tone it down. I have this book full of frames, over 100, maybe 200, 120 or 200, I don't really remember, but it got a lot of vintage frames. So let me check if I need 2 or just 1 frame. I'm going to just cut two frames out in case we need 2. So this one is 1. And I like these square ones. So let me cut 1 square. So you're not gonna have 2 same design. So I choose 2 frames from this book. One is for here. Let me trim this off first. And then I will need to cut out the inside because the background is a beautiful kids. I want to keep those, so I'm going to cut along the edge. Keep the damage, won't be damaged. Keep the image for later collage need projects. So I'm going to trim off the inside, leave more empty space so it won't be too busy. You can always use this inside cutout frame, little frame for another project. See, you have another frame. I'm gonna save it for later. So we have 2 frames cut out. Now I need to put some vellum paper on the back. I'm going to use, I think this piece will be enough. Yeah, I'm going to cut this just in half. So if you've seen my videos, you will notice that I use vellum for the window of each frame. Give it that translucent feelings. It's very nice. Look really pretty. It will show what is underneath it, but not give it a little tone down. It's not 100% see-through. So make sure you have vellum paper on hand, like me. I bought a whole box of them. You really don't need to put glue all around it. You just put some glue on the top and some on the bottom. Because if you use this as a pocket, it will slide in from the top. Won't bother the side. See, if you put it this way, or I do it this way just to cover the that part. See this frame here in reveal her underneath it. So pretty. And you know I'm going to use this frame as a hidden pocket. So this is what we're gonna do. Going down from here, so I'm going to put glue on this both sides. Don't have to put a glue on the bottom because the bottom is going to be covered by this beautiful lady. See, you make this frame a very a hidden pocket. You can place some tags in there. Like that. So now I'm going to glue this lady down. Leave the edges without glue so I can place some elements later. I think it's perfect. There we go. This page is almost done. Let's take care of this page. You want to do it this way or this way? Or I can do it straight. Yeah, I think straight is fine. Since this one is tilted, I'm going to make this one tilted as well. Now it's time to glue it down. So avoid the folding part. Like the other side, I'm going to put some glue down in the center only. Okay, I think this is so beautiful. So last step, I think 2 more steps. One is to decorate some more, and the last one is to add some wording. Now I will need some flowers. Remember, we have flowers right here in this envelope. I'm gonna pick the ones I like. We can definitely use this teacup. Yeah, if I place the teacup right here, it will just enough to cover this empty spot. Isn't that perfect? So you don't have to be, showing the whole teacup. So I'm going to hide some of the teacup underneath her, make it more subtle. It's just enough to cover this empty spot, but I want to leave some visible part for this frame. So I'm going to move this teacup to the side, close to the edge. In here, I'm going to simply add some flower will be perfect, perfect. If you watch my videos, you know that I use flowers a lot. And in my books, I provide flowers a lot. Because you know what? Flowers is a collage saver. If you don't know what elements to put down, you find the flower, it will give you the answer. Just like here. The flower next to her make her look more sweeter. So sweet. Okay, from around her, the bottom here, I can place some elements like this wax seal with ribbons. Tilt it a little bit, make it more vivid. Well, I don't want to cover her teacup, so what I'm going to do is place this flower a little below it, below her hand. place this flower next to the other one. Do you like the layout? So this is for this page. Close and open. This is it. I'm gonna glue her down here. What a lovely collage here. Now let's take care of this collage on this page. What elements do you think I should put down? There's another beautiful wax seal. So make the ribbon towards her. Give it a little more warming. I don't know how to describe it. Feels warm. No, that's too much. 1 wax seal, 2 wax seals. So I'm going to place this flower down here to match the other side. Because this part here need to be covered, so I'm going to cover it with this flower. I'm going to use this hydrangea next to that rose, because this is a little subtle. You don't want everything is so standing out. You have to have some subtle elements. Okay, I'm going to use this one to cover this edge here. And place it underneath the hydrangea. I'm looking for something to make up here. This is too big. Perfect. So if you purchase any of my books, you will see every single book I include a lots of flowers. Make sure when you decorate your journal, you have some beautiful elements to use. So these two flowers are not on the same level. Make it more realistic. Right, this one is going to be on the back. So in this case, because most of the flower, half of it is hiding, so I'm going to cut it so I can use both pieces. See, this is so perfect, isn't it? So I'm going to use this part underneath here to add more colors around her. Make sure it's underneath her. Wow, look at that. I absolutely love this. Okay, that's all for the flowers. So I'm going to put all of them, the rest of the flowers we didn't use, back in the envelope. Keep everything organized. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is to find 2 tags for those 2 pockets, hidden pockets. I made a lot of tags using scrap papers. You know, in the front is different scrap paper, in the back is planes for writing. They come handy. They come so handy. When I need it, I just go grab them. I don't have to make more. So this one goes here, and this one goes here. So now we're done. About 2 hours, we created a spreadsheet with beautiful frames provided from our ephemera book. And the background papers, I used some images from our old letter book. And another background image, you can see part of it right here, is from our ephemera book. And these 2 flap pages are also from our ephemera book. And one more thing before we finish. Can add some elements, some wordings. So let me just choose randomly, because all these wordings are created for this theme, Victorian Tea Party. So no matter which one I cut out, it's gonna fit our need, fit our collage. For these two white background, I'm going to ink them to make them a little subtle. Background is not going to be too bright. Now it's time to find a place to glue them down. I think these two places are perfect. Very subtle. Here we go. We completed our collage for today. I hope you enjoyed watching the process. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me today. Have a good evening. Bye.